Hey there Aces, Fenrir Darkfang here, today with the 5th episode of my community showcase by now. Today's guest is GameCam, a smaller YouTuber and the guy that is responsible for the beautiful thing called Rally Call. Thanks for joining in today.
You should have creative. Saying responsible for makes it sound like it's a child and I'm its guardian or something. I've adopted it.
Okay, fine. Be that way.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you use your wording very carefully. Else you're gonna bring about the wrong connotations.
Oh, fine, I'm just gonna...
No, that's fine, it's fine. Just go away, You're done it. You can't take it back, no backseats. You gotta keep going.
Alright, Cam, what do you want to start off with? General questions about you, your YouTube channel, or Rally Call?
Let's go with general.
Alright, generally, first of all, TF2. What made you start playing TF2? And what is your main class and why?
Well, I'm sure a lot of people have gone, well, from a young age I knew. This is not one of those things. It was partially because of my friend Tom, who was like, hey, there's this, because basically I had a calculator for a computer. I had the worst computer I think that could ever be made by man. I'm pretty sure it was the first one that they managed to get that chess program to run on. It was really bad. But I was intent on moving on to PC gaming. I had heard the PC Master Race and their glorious mods, and I thought I'd cut myself a slice of the pie. So I thought I'd try and go on to PC gaming, but obviously I realised that I could not run anything except for Minesweeper. But my mate was like, hey, you should try this game, it's free, and it's like really old, so it should be able to run. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Started playing it, went, this is alright. And got bored, really. Because I finally managed to, because obviously it wasn't very good, like a good PC. And I wasn't getting very good recording programs on it. So I decided to acquire a recording system for console, so I did loads of console, and then I decided to, you know what, I want to try and get back into PC gaming. I can get myself a better computer, and I put more effort into it, and I realised that Team Fortress 2 was one of the ones that obviously I played before, I'd already had on there. I thought I'll start making videos for that again, and I actually slowly grown to like it more and more. I found that Engineer, I ended up playing the most. I originally was obviously a Pyro. I originally did Pyro because I really enjoyed it because it was one of those ones where I like more complexity. It's not just shooting someone in the face. It's doing a cool spinny thing with your gun, you know, while doing a handstand and then shooting them. You know, it's not just killing someone. You have to kill someone with style. Yeah,
I get you.
So I was just, that's why on games I always tend to choose the hardest way to kill people.
Which would be Engineer.
Well, I thought, so it started off as Pyro because I thought, like, flame people, shoot them up in the air, and you got to try and airshot them with a flare gun. I thought it was really cool. But then slowly, obviously, I started playing more pubs, and then you get people who are just like you know how it is. It's just like black box soldiers, and no one will go any other class really, or heavies or something like that. And I found that no one was, you know, using the support classes. So I started playing Engineer more. And I've started learning, because Engineer is one of those classes where he has everything. Like, he involves everything in TF2 is in him. Because you have the fact that you have to keep an eye on your team and supply your team with the dispenser. You also have the reactions and stuff, because you have a shotgun and you have to defend yourself. Or when you're playing aggressive energy, you have to go out and do the DPS. So you have that aspect of it. So you have the guns and the reactions and stuff of like soldiers and pyros and all that. What they have to do.
So pretty much So pretty much you like to be able to like fill multiple roles, support, offense and defense, and you like more strategic gameplay.
The fact of the matter is, it brings in lots of levels. It brings in reactionary ones of doing, you know, the DPS ones. It also brings up the strategic element, which are not many other classes really have. I mean, sniper, you have some sort of like the positioning, or maybe medic, you have your positioning. But in most cases, it tends to just be, you're running and you shoot, and you sort of come up with your position on the road. Engineer, you have to think constantly about where the enemy's coming from, how you can hold the choke, how far is your sentry, can they span out easy? And you're constantly thinking about like a million and one things.
Yeah, and you also have to know when to fall back, because if you try too hard to keep a hold up, you're not going to be able to back out quick enough to build the next hold.
Well, again, you have to, like everything, you have to weigh up the risk and reward.
Right, let's talk about your channel now then.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, so since when are you doing videos, and what's been like your startup point? Like, what made you start?
Well, again, I'm not going to have a massive dramatic, it happened when I noticed a bird fluttering by. No, it was actually the fact that I'd been getting amazing kills on video games. Because I'm actually fairly good at them. I'm one of those people that's like the jack of all trades. But the fact that so you can pass me a game, so say Madden. I've never played Madden before, but I can just slowly figure out sort of the patterns and the strategies, and sort of just pressing buttons and know which combinations to press. So obviously I did fairly well on quite a lot of games, and then I'd tell my friends, I'd go into school and be like, hey, I got this amazing kill last night. I shot like a chopper out of the air, is amazing. And they'd go, bullshit. But the fact that like I was getting these amazing kills and no one believed me, so I thought, there's only one way to do this and get solid hard evidence. So I started thinking about maybe recording it. So I started recording it and started thinking about uploading them, see if anyone else wants to like enjoy them as well.
I get you. You just love sharing your own experience with the rest of the world.
Yeah, obviously that sounds a lot more motivational than what I said, but
Now I noticed that your channel is not focused on just Team Fortress. Like, I've seen you making Overwatch videos, Team Fortress videos, and even games like CSGO, Battleborn, or whatever.
Well, I was just going to say the fact that I again, as I said earlier, I'm more of the jack of all trades. And the fact that I love gaming as a whole, really. I mean, since I was very young, I got addicted. I don't think there's any other word for it. I was addicted.
The kind of style you bring into YouTube, I quite dig your idea, because you're kind of a mending point for both the Overwatch and Team Fortress 2 community, just to name those two. Because you are quite a living proof of, people, you can just like both. There's no reason to give yourself flack over it. Anyways, let's hop over to the last and most relevant topic, at least for this month and the next one, and that being Rally Call, your creation, your baby, so to speak. First of all, that is not your first Rally Call that you're having, is it?
No, it is not. The one in February is not going to be my first. It'll be, in fact, my third. The second in the TF2 ones. Well, do you want me to go into the whole backstory and work my way to the present day, or would you like me to just sort of give the general synopsis?
General synopsis would, I think, be better, because else the whole interview is gonna be way too long.
Well, basically, the general view is the fact that we did this. I started organising this a while ago. I started talking to people and working my way sort of through, and I thought the idea to do sort of charity events to try and get people more involved with things and try and raise the money for good people. And it's started to catch on, and we've done the TF2 one, which was actually really good. Actually went like really well. And then we did the Overwatch one as well, because I thought of trying to get those people involved. That one didn't turn out very well. It was actually like quite demoralizing for me, the Overwatch one. It just sort of didn't catch on enough traction as the other one is. The TF2 one did.
Right, I mean, the TF2 community is just in general more tight-knit, so...
Well, yes, I did find that the Overwatch one is very much it's less of a community. It's more of a
single people coming together trying to become the best.
Well, yeah, it's sort of, it seems like it reminds me a lot of like a village, like not a village. I'll say a town. It reminds me a lot of a town. So you have like people individually doing their lives, doing their things, and they occasionally like go to like meeting places like the market or something like that. but they would just be to swap memes or swap the latest highlights or something like that. They don't really interact that much with each other. Because I was surprised, because with the TF2 one, I started talking to Runix, and then Runix would, talk to other people, and then it sort of snowballed with the TF2 one. With the Overwatch one, it was like dragging a snail, like literally like to door to door to door. Because like you ask one person, they'll know no one else. They'll talk to no one else. And it'll just be one of those things where you're sort of just going through. And the fact that there was someone fairly big who agreed to come, but he bailed out at literally the last second, which like knocked everything out of whack. It was ridiculous. Basically, just everything that could go wrong went wrong with that one. It was horrific. But quite a lot of people did actually still enjoy it. So I guess there is a silver lining. But I think in the future we will have to plan the Overwatch one like really hard. Because that one was actually really tricky to pull off. But it is for a good cause. We do raise money. The first TF2 one raised $423, which is pretty good going. Again, for the first event, first time I ever did it, it's quite good.
Gotta say.
We had some big people, but again, I don't think there was much promotion. Like we had a couple of like bits and pieces, but I don't think it gained as much traction as expected. The Overwatch one again didn't really gain any traction at all.
Well, let's see how the third one works out.
But yes, the third one I am really think will hopefully smash that, make the first one look like chump change, because we've got a lot of big people.
I noticed that.
The likes of we have Benny, Dreamboat, Admiral, just for like commentators, and War Her Sorry, I just can't get it. I can't say their name without thinking of the song. It was like, War, yeah, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
You're digressing.
But yeah, maybe I should get into singing. But then we also got the like YouTubers and stuff that want to be involved. So we got like Array, Travi, basically the entirety of Black Chicken.
that much I've noticed, and I know for a fact that Mr. Spirit's also participating.
Yeah. Well, we also have Glassy Gaming's looking to help out with like the pre-event and maybe the post-event. Zeno I think's playing, or he's helping out with the pre-event.
And well, as I told you before, if you got any space left for me, I'd be happy to participate in any.
Well, you'll be surprised like how much like I get asked by people whether they can go in and things like that. And it's one of those things where I've tried to keep it as open as possible. So the fact you'll notice like not all of the people are massive YouTubers. I try and keep it open as much as possible, but it's kind of like it's a two-way street. So you have to like give and take. So quite a lot of people I've put in there have been giving and helping out. So they've sort of earned their place in it. I mean, we still again have the pre-event and the post-event where people can try and get in. So you can try your luck there. And maybe if you suck up to me enough, maybe I'll be able to slick you in there. But it should be really good. We'll try and open up the servers to the public whenever we can. But it's just again, the more people you have in it, the more complex it gets. Like it's not to in no way take rip on or say anything negative about any of the other charity events. I mean, they're all incredible, especially one of the tip of the hats.
Tip of the hats. I'm currently wearing the shirt of the last one, so
yeah. So obviously that's like the OG. You don't mess with that. But I will admit it's they do the thing is they actually have a budget. We have Valley Call has no budget. We have a budget of 0, and it stays at 0. Anything that like is bought or traded or anything like that comes out of our own pockets. And the fact that they actually have a budget and they have sort of like a closed thing, so they sort of just stream. I mean, recently, obviously, they're still on. I think at the moment, as we're recording this, it's still on. But the Black one again is just like the closed knit people, and they sort of stream. So you know what's going to happen. You have that smaller group of people. You've already organised it. You talked it through. Whereas obviously this one, I'm dealing with a lot more people on a lot grander scale, which is just so much more. You don't know what's going to happen. It's a lot more.
At least you got a partner on Rally Call, who I know does get things done. I mean, Rayburn, after all, prides himself with exactly that.
Rayburn is a gift. Again, he's way the positives have far outweighed the negatives, but I'm not going to say that there isn't negatives with Rayburn. He's a great guy, and he is been very useful, especially for like commentators, because his job's mainly to get the commentators, and he's also been offering advice and stuff in other areas. But he does sometimes, he's very vocal with his opinions, which has caused issues in the past. But again, he's just far outweighed that by the amount of like effort he's put into this. He really does put his heart and soul into this. But I mean, a lot of people have. I mean, especially like as much as Rayburn has been priding himself on being part of this, there are the silent guardians who have been doing things in the background and not getting as much promotion as they should do. I mean, like Ninezak is by far my he has done so much. I don't think I can ever repay him. I recently I've tried to repay him as much as I can, but he's just so good. Like, I could literally just be like, hey, Nine, would you sort this out for me? Bam, done. He's already done it. It's incredible. The guy is literally a lifesaver. I think that I wouldn't be nearly close to organising things if I didn't have him to sort stuff out in the background. And the fact that there are other people, I mean, like the guy who made the Radical logo.
That pretty much makes it a redundancy to ask you who if you want to make a shout out, because that's been pretty much it right now. So yeah. I've been glad to have you. I hope you enjoyed this interview.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this twice. I mean, I'm egotistical that way. Like anything that I'm in, I'm like, oh yeah, it's amazing because I'm in it.
Anyways, again, thanks for watching, guys, and always stay the ace up your team's sleeve. Have a nice day.